Right, well, I've been in Gdansk for the last 3 days at the conference, the annual conference of ICCA, that's the International Conference and Congress Association, and it's a sales and marketing conference. So here we have people from all over the world who work in convention bureaus, marketing their cities to win conferences. We have people from venues, we have professional conference organisers, and one thing that they all have in common is that they're in the meetings industry, winning meetings for their cities, or hosting meetings for their cities, or organising meetings for their cities. So it's very international. There are over 100 participants, and I have the great pleasure of being here as one of the speakers. So I've been doing various presentations on different topics, and I've had a great time as usual when I come to Gdansk. Many of these people who are participating in the conference, part of their job is to do professional presentations as part of the process of winning an event for their destination. So they have to be very, very effective in persuading audiences that, for example, their destination is the best one for a conference. And so we had a nice hour yesterday on that particular point of how to do better, more professional presentations. It was very hands-on, very participative, as all the sessions are at this conference. It's not a conference where people stand at the front and the delegates sit and listen passively. No. We make them work. We make them work with each other in teams and in groups, and I think that's a much better way of transmitting knowledge. That on one hand we have a lot of Generation Y participants, which means people in their 20s, maybe early 30s. That's Generation Y, but not everyone is in that generation. So it's a challenge to keep everyone satisfied. But I think that the organisers here, the Gdansk Convention Bureau, have done a marvellous job at providing entertainment that everyone enjoys. We had an excellent opening ceremony. It's just been remarkable how they have worked so hard to satisfy all the generations. Of course, technology is something that the younger generations love to use, so there's been a lot of tweeting and blogging and all the social media applications, and that's been great at spreading news about the event. I'm sure that if people go onto YouTube, they're going to see a lot of movies about the ICCA conference in Gdansk, because that's what Generation Y people like to do. So that's a generational issue, but I think that even the older participants, people like me, are quite keen to use those applications because they simply make conferences more exciting. They extend the life of conferences, which means that for the last 3 or 4 weeks I've been part of the LinkedIn group for this conference, so I've been able to start conversations online weeks ago with people that I met for the first time face to face 3 days ago right here in Gdansk. So it's really a way of making conferences more interesting, and after the conference itself, the discussions will be able to continue online on the LinkedIn site. People will be no doubt uploading their photos onto the web. So it's much more exciting than it used to be. The conference is by no means over after the last presentation. Oh, it's just incredible. There are so many people from so many different countries, but the one thing that they all have in common is they're here to learn. And I've been just amazed at the desire of these people to use every minute of their time at the ICCA conference to learn new skills, to get knowledge, really to learn skills that will help them to do their jobs better. And they don't have to be persuaded to come to presentations. They come voluntarily. The only problem is that all the presentations, they tell us, are so interesting that they want to go to them all, and it's more and more of them have been saying to me it's so difficult to choose between one topic and another. So they all have that in common, that they want to learn. They want to go back to where they come from with new ideas, new techniques for doing whatever it is that they do. The other side of it is that the members of the faculty, that's people like me who are speakers and experts in the meetings industry, we've been available for the last 3 days for one-to-one discussions, and that's been great, because it's sometimes, I know, quite difficult, especially if you're very young, to put your hand up in front of 100 other people and ask a question. So those one-to-one sessions have been really well used by the participants. They've made appointments, they've come with their own particular challenges, and they've enjoyed speaking through those challenges with the faculty members and getting suggestions for the way forward. So it's been a busy 3 days, but I think everyone would agree that it's been worthwhile.